It appears that Nash Knight has left orbit, everyone. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button and leave a comment down below. One of you walk away with a booster pack, as per usual. So Nash Knight has left orbit, and by the way, today is going to be kickback on TCG Player. So if you guys would, if you use the link down below, if you're picking up anything on TCG Player today from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., please do use that link. It costs nothing to help support the channel, and I greatly appreciate, you guys helping out. It keeps the lights on, it keeps these market watches rolling. So as you guys can hear, we have a nice lawnmower outside as the background noise for this, because I figured it'd be appropriate, right? Because everybody's going to be outside, they're going to be trimming their hedges, they're going to be running through the market. Tomorrow morning on Saturday, you're going to wake up, you're going to be like, oh, I can't believe what got bought out today. It's the same story every single time, but leading up to the market watch today, Nash Knight has left orbit. That's right, everybody. You're probably looking at this card and you're going, wait, Robbie, wait, this was 30 cents. What, and it's gone. Nash Knight actually blew up to about a $12 card over the last couple of days. And the reason for this, we look ahead to the OCG out here, and trust me, my comment section tells me every day that the OCG is not a place to look to, but the market is actually reacting to this. So Nash Knight has started to rise because guess what? Sage plus Canine Monster, Canine Monster plus Canine Monster, bam. You got Nash Knight. Nash Knight does more than what you want it to do, though. Mr. Nash Knight gives you the ability to get a full suck up out here. Detach 2, attach a 107, and suck up something on your opponent's field, and then mode change it on into 107. Yeah. It's fun, it's exciting, it's kawaii desu, if you will, out here. But I don't know, I'm not surprised to see that this thing has been ramping up at the way that it has, because the card is just crucially that important. Same thing out here with the CXYZ Nash Knight. This one hasn't left orbit quite as bad, because this is kind of more optional DLC. You don't really need to have this version do the thing, but this is the thing that you can drop on top of it and then mode change that into to go even further beyond out here, which then allows you to cheat out the C107, and then your opponent's just forced to look at you and go, well, that's really cool. Yeah, wow, I never would have guessed that you could play C107 in a deck like this. Yeah, it's funny that the Nash Knight cards, or the Nash cards in general, have found a place out here to get the ability to kind of explore these options and do their thing. And I like creativity like that. I like that you can explore, the deck build space like this. But, I think the chaos in numbers, getting a little bit of a cheeky chance in the meta is really, really funny. Now, we gotta talk about Phantasme here for a second, because I made the video on this the other day, and I straight up said, hey, you need to watch this card now, because as we've seen in the OCG out here, the ability to sculpt your hand, the ability to draw those resources, the ability to get yourself into a better hand situation is going to be very, very important out here. All right, I appreciate the fact that, this card has not really teetered the scales too hard, because you don't want a card like this going too crazy. I do see that, it was what, $13, you kind of did a little bit of a roller coaster down through March and May, and you're sitting at about $18, $19 a copy of the card right now, which is fine, honestly. We're not really breaking the bank here too much. $20, sure, on the high end. Now, in terms of sales representation recently, you had a decent amount of sales on the 14th, decent amount of sales on the 13th, but that's about it. A lot of people aren't turning their eyes to this version of the card. They're just kind of like, oh, okay, Phantasme exists. Obviously, you have the Savage Strike Secret Rares, which I still see are about $8 a piece, actually, which, once again, people just kind of prefer this version of the art, which is fine. Everybody's going to have their own preferred rarity out here. It's a pretty normal thing that happens out here. Now, of course, Alt Art PCRs, dollars. Alt Art Secret Rares, dollars. You continue on down the dip out here. But there are plenty of Phantasmes that are going to be available on the market to get you whatever version that you are going to want out here. I love availability, don't you? It's just always going to be the higher rarities. Somebody's gonna be like, Robbie, why are you acting so strangely? I'm really not, man. It's loud outside, I want to make sure that people can hear me. I want to make sure that, you're getting this, fantastic info out here as the markets change. Yeah. I have to emphasize the stupidity, man. Like, I got people that show up in my comment section that are just, they get so crazy at me. They're like, oh, well, the car's not actually that price in Gold 40. And it's like, no, man, like, if the card's at $120 and the market price was $5 and it just went up overnight, the market hasn't resettled yet. We're looking at the current lowest listing available right now as the market readjusts itself. It's always going to be that way. You're always going to see that crazy stuff. So, Armored Dragon Flash, nice 12 listings of this thing. Still only a $4 card. Looks like down here, I mean, $2-3 for the Blazing Vortex Secret. And then you got a rare available. I mean, good news, everybody. The rare is worth, like, nothing. But you've also got some Armed Dragon hype going on here. What is it? Special summon a free level Armed Dragon level 3 monster from your deck in defense mode. You only activate one Armed Dragon Flash per turn. Hey, look, it's a cool little e-telly. I mean, in terms of what you're going to get off of this for value, I mean, you've had a couple of sales on the Armed Dragon Flash. I'm not running out here and losing my mind about this card. I think it's a cool idea, but it's that, man. Cool ideas do lead to some cool things, for sure. Something like Armed Dragon Flash, you know, if you can really break the formula on some sort of possible build for this, then cool. I welcome you to try this. But you've got to remember, you're still trying to make Armed Dragons good in 2025. Oh, God. The Mulcharmies. So I want to reemphasize this for everybody out here. The Mulcharmies are going to be they're going to go to the Wii today. You know, it's $350 your lowest. You know, this was just $410 the other day. This was like, somebody just wants to drop this very, very quickly. I also see Meows coming in at $215 on up to $223. And Perulias are $250s right now, everybody. Yeah, the market on this side of things is so unstable that it's crazy. Now, you see our Mulcharmies? Look at this, $80, $85. Meows, I mean, you see, this thing is at $80 right now, basically. Granted, you know, you have a couple of loose ones here in between at the $70 range, but to me, this shit's a crazy ride to see. That if Meows is doing that crazy of a ride, that's nuts, man. You know, $70 Perulias for secrets? Okay, Ultras are 65s now. If you're opening a Maze of the Master, you won. All right, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. $26 copies of FUAs, $25 FUAs, PCR FUAs, $24. This is genuinely crazy to see out here that the market is this traditionally unstable for this. Evil Swarm Nightmare. Okay, so your opponent's watch summons a monster, book a moon. It's basically all you got here. I mean, $24, and it looks like super rares come in $2-3. Legendary common versions are like $1. I mean, good job to Nightmare for actually fundamentally being worth something finally. Because this card's always been one of those haha funny cards that looks cool. You know, it looks like it could be fun, but you never really see people rush it out too crazily for this. But yeah, I see $25 on the dual terminal. I mean, once again, high rarity cards are going to tend to do what you want them to do. We've also got Black Goat Laughs. Oh, just kidding. $140 for this thing. Looks like if you were wanting to pick up some secret rares, though, these have gone out of control. Holy crap, man. These were like $29 not even a couple weeks ago. You could see these. They were a little bit more affordable over time. I will give them that. But like, this is disgusting that you are seeing this card breaking these numbers. Like, the $40, I really do hope that with the battle set that's literally right around the corner here, that Konami actually does reprint this into the ground. Because personally, this card has no business being at this insane of a price point out here. I mean, it's good if you have them, sure, then you know you can sell them for money. But for the average Joe out here that wants to have these, I'm not spending $120 on a playset. And then the spell card, Monster Reborn. You know, this card has been gaining quite a lot of fun little momentum out here. And I've kind of enjoyed this, honestly. This has been kind of a little funny thing. It's just target a monster in either graveyard, social summon it to your field, but for the rest of this turn it cannot attack, neither player can activate its effects. Love the emphasis on neither player, but it is a free bring back. And as you can see, I mean, you got a teeter-totter of emotions with this card. You know, you see very easily, a lot of people have been picking these up just because they believe in the card. It's a penny stonk, and it's a better Monster Reborn on a quick play. Like, honestly, it seems very much worth it. So what do you guys think about today's market? Remember, kickback starts in just a few hours, so let's get ready for that the bumpy ride. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.